Animal. His name is Seamus and he's here to say there's something in the grass and those things are snakes.
You already know who it is and I've been here for a while. They call me Animal and I kill him with a smile. You can see me leave with the bloody footprints. I don't want to do it again, but I'ma do it again.
So keep reviewing all his art, keep reviewing his podcast. It don't make him upset, except those times he got mad. He keeps on lying, saying he's never even heard of Carl. It's more likely he's watching his house with binoculars.
And I'm a killer, I'm a ghost, and I leave you the most. And I don't give a fuck where you end up.
We know that Todd's dreaming, he's Carl's nightmare. He wants him dead, but at the same time he doesn't care.
Keep talking like you even know me, bro. We ain't never seen it, we didn't know me, bro.
He just rhymed the words, know me, bro, with the words,
Know me, bro.
Yeah, it's Animal, baby, and I do it too real. Being in this shit, trying to make a fucking
Well, I
deal.
think
Get
it's
a
gonna
vibe
be-
steady coming and I need him to stay. I've been doing this shit while watching my back because I know them snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
I know them snakes in the grass.
snakes in the grass.
Animal.
And I see them every day.
While he's sleeping at his home in Rochester, New York.
Yeah, I see them every day.
From the backseat of his car while he's on his way to work.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
And I see them. You don't really know me, bro. Lux Ray, don't get a trip.
He's been here for a minute and 46 seconds. Carl hasn't fired back. He's running before Todd gets him. The only place he might be safe is Gary, Indiana. Something, Harry than banana.
Stacking necks. Stacking checks.
You don't really wanna be the one who's
Fucking next, Carl.
Seeing him molding out, breathe fire like a dragon. You don't wanna understand how it really happened. I'm a
Monster,
I'm a
mutant,
yeah,
demon.
I'm a demon. I come on this beat like a
Fucking heathen.
and I'm eating, boy. Yeah, you looking so hungry. I've been doing this shit, that's why you
Girl,
girl
love
love
me.
My name is Animal, cause I'm a beast,
Beast
boy.
boy.
I do this forever. I'm like
Thanksgiving feast.
I eat them snakes in the grass. Oh yeah, snakes in the grass. Yeah, I see 'em every day.
Yeah, he sees them every day. Every day. Every day.
Them snakes in the grass. Oh yeah, them snakes in the grass. Oh yeah, I see 'em every day.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass. Them snakes in the grass.
Lux Ray Beats.
I'm talking with Charles Ramsey. He's a neighbor. Walk me through again what happened this afternoon.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran to a black man's arms. Yeah, give away. Yeah, give away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Yeah, give away. 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 Give away. Give away. Yeah, give away. Yeah, give away. Yeah, give away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. So I opened the door, we can't get in that way. The body can't fit through the door, only your hand. So we kick the bottom. And she comes out and she says, it's some old girls up in that house. Call 911 and they called him and McDonald's. I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran to a black man's arms. Yeah, give away. Yeah, give away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Yeah, give away. Yeah, give away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. They give away, 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 they give away. My neighbor got big testicles, cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have the glue that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. So I open the door, we can't get in that way. The body can't fit through the door, only your hand. So we kick the bottom. And she comes out and she says, it's some old girls up in that house. Call 911 and they called him at McDonald's. I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. They give away, they give away. My neighbor got big testicles, cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have the glue that girl put in that house. She said, please help me get it out. They give away.
Gonna do my wife and also some children in their butts. The latter is only if my wife says I can, and I don't think she will. So I guess I'll just have to do my wife.
Really sucks. Blowing up in your ass. Blowing up in your ass. Blowing up in your ass. Blowing up the U.S. Blowing up the U.S. Blowing up the USA. 'Cause the U.S. really sucks.
Animal. His name is Seamus and he's here to say there's something in the grass and those things are snakes.
Already know who it is, and I've been here for a while. They call me
Animal.
and I kill him with a smile. You can see me leave with the bloody footprints. I don't wanna do it again, but I'ma do it again.
So keep reviewing all his art, keep reviewing his podcast. It don't make him upset, except those times he got mad. He keeps on lying, saying he's never even heard a car. It's more likely he's watching his house with binoculars.
And I'm a killer, I'm a ghost, and I leave you the most. And I don't give a fuck where you end up.
We know that Todd's dreaming. He's Carl's not mayor. He wants him dead, but at the same time he doesn't care.
Keep talking like you even know me, bro. We ain't never seen it, we didn't know me, bro.
He just rhymed the words, know me, bruh, with the words.
Know me, bro.
Yeah, it's animal, baby, and I do it too real. Being in this shit, trying to make a fucking meal. Yeah, them dollars steady coming, and I need them to stack. I've been doing this shit while watching my back, because I know them snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
I know them snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
Animal.
And I see them every day.
While he's sleeping at his home in Rochester, New York.
Yeah, I see them every day.
From the backseat of his car while he's on his way to work.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
You don't really know me, bro. Lux Race. Don't get a trip.
He's been here for a minute and 46 seconds. Carl hasn't He's running before Todd gets him. The only place he might be safe is Gary, Indiana. Something, 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 hairy limp banana.
Stacking necks, stacking checks.
You don't really wanna be the one who's
Fucking next, Carl.
seeing the mold and now breathe fire like a dragon. You don't wanna understand how it really happened. I'm a
Monster,
I'm a
mutant,
yeah,
demon.
I'm a demon. I come on this beat like a fucking
heathen.
heathen. And I'm eating, boy, yeah, you looking so hungry. I've been doing this shit, that's why you're
Girl,
good
love
luck.
me.
My name is Animal, cause I'm a
Beast boy.
I do this forever, I'm like
Thanksgiving feast.
I eat them snakes in the grass. Oh, yeah. Snakes in the grass. Yeah, I see 'em every day, every day, every day, every day.
Yeah, he sees them every day, every day, every day.
Them snakes in the grass. Oh, yeah. The snakes in the grass. Oh, yeah. I see 'em every day.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass. Them snakes in the grass.
Luxury Beats.
I'm gonna do my wife and also some children in their butts. The latter is only if my wife says I can, and I don't think she will. So I guess I'll just have to do my wife.
Really sucks.
I'm talking with Charles Ramsey. He's a neighbor. Walk me through again what happened this afternoon.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran to a black man's arms. Dad gave away. Dad gave away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dad give away. 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 Give away. Dad give away. Dad give away. Dad give away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. So I open the door, we can't get in that way. The body can't fit through the door, only your hand. So we kick the bottom. And she comes out and she says, it's some old girls up in that house. Call 911 and they called him and McDonald's. I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran to a black man's arms. Dad gave away. Dad gave away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dad gave away. Dad gave away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dad give away. 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 My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude the glue that that girl put in that house. She said, please help me get out. So I open the door, we can't get in that way. The body can't fit through the door, only your hand. So we kick the bottom. And she comes out and she says, it's some old girls up in that house. Call 911 and they called him and McDonald's. I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. They give away. They give away. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have the glue that that girl put in that house. She said, please help me get it out. They give away.
I'm gonna do my wife and also some children in their butts. The latter is only if my wife says I can, and I don't think she will. So I guess I'll just have to do my wife.
Animal. His name is Seamus and he's here to say there's something in the grass and those things are snakes.
You already know who it is, and I've been here for a while. They call me Animal, and I kill him with a smile. You can see me leave with the bloody footprints. I don't wanna do it again, but I'ma do it again.
So keep reviewing all his art, keep reviewing his podcast. It don't make him upset, except those times he got mad. He keeps on lying, saying he's never even heard of Carl. It's more likely he's watching his house with binoculars.
And I'm a killer, I'm a ghost, and I leave you the most. And I don't give a fuck where you end up.
We know that Todd's dreaming. He's Carl's nightmare. He wants him dead, but at the same time he doesn't care.
Keep talking like you even know me, bro. We ain't never seen it, we didn't know me, bro.
He just rhymed the words, know me, bruh, with the words.
Know me, bro.
Yeah, it's Animal, baby, and I do it too real. Being in this shit, trying to make a fucking meal. Yeah, them dollars steady coming, and I need them to stack. I've been doing this shit while watching my back, because I know them snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
I know them snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
Animal.
And I see them every day.
While he's sleeping at his home in Rochester, New York.
Yeah, I see them every day.
From the backseat of his car while he's on his way to work.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
You don't really know me, bro. Lux Ray, don't get a trip.
He's been here for a minute and 46 seconds. Carl hasn't fired back. He's running before Todd gets him. The only place he might be safe is Gary, Indiana. Something, hairy limp banana.
Cause I'm
Stacking necks.
What I'm
Stacking checks.
You don't really wanna be the one who's
Fucking next, Carl.
Seeing the mold and now breathe fire like a dragon. You don't wanna understand how it really happened. I'm a
Monster,
I'm a
mutant,
yeah,
demon.
I'm a demon. I come on this beat like a
Fucking heathen.
And I'm eating, boy, yeah, you looking so hungry. I've been doing this shit, that's why you're
Girl,
good
love
luck.
me.
My name is Animal, cause I'm a
Beast boy.
I do this forever, I'm like
Thanksgiving feast.
when I eat them snakes in the grass. Oh, yeah. Snakes in the grass. Yeah, I see 'em every day.
Yeah, he sees them every day.
Them snakes in the grass. Oh, yeah. Them snakes in the grass. Oh, yeah. I see 'em every day.
Snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass. Them snakes in the grass.
Lux Ray Beats.
I'm talking with Charles Ramsey. He's a neighbor. Walk me through again what happened this afternoon.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dead giveaway. 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 My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. So I open the door, we can't get in that way. The body can't fit through the door, only your hand. So we kick the bottom, and she comes out, and she says, it's some old girls up in that house. Call 911, and they called him and McDonald's. I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dead giveaway. 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 My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. So I open the door, we can't get in that way. The body can't fit through the door, only your hand. So we kick the bottom, and she comes out, and she says, it's some old girls up in that house. Call 911, and they called him and McDonald's. I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. My neighbor got big testicles cause we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dead giveaway.
We got 60 seconds to decompress before we get down to business, Carl.
Did you give people the link? Did you put that in the Discord or anything?
Yeah, Carl.
You tweeted it out?
I did. I certainly did because I do the stuff I'm supposed to do.
Okay. What is that supposed to mean?
I'm a good boy who does what he's supposed to.
I think you're accusing me of not doing something I'm supposed to do.
Where would you get that from what I just said?
Just the way you said it.
You're crazy.
I think that would be crazy to
I think
say.
this is your low self-esteem again.
My low self-esteem. No one's ever accused me of having low self-esteem.
I don't know, Carl. I would be you pick on all these poor people and their podcasts.
Yeah.
I think that's what it has to be, you know?
It's got to be it.
It has to be your low self-esteem. So
I'm obviously just jealous of Patrick Michael and all his success.
That is also it too. I think that's a big part of it.
That's a big part of it, jealousy.
That guy has so many followers on Anchor FM.
He's fucking killing it on Patreon too.
What's he up to?
12?
Ooh, is that more or less than Mr. Melendez?
I believe it's about the same.
Wow.
Hockey Puck told us,
and he wasn't even on the Howard Stern show.
No, Patrick Michael was never on the Howard Stern show. Not even 14 months, but on 14 years.
You know, I did listen to yesterday's WATP.
Oh, good. That was a fun one.
And I may have spent an afternoon on my honeymoon at Dolly Parton's Splash Country.
Oh, you've been to Dollywood.
And I may or may not have lost my wedding ring on the lazy river ride that very day, maybe 2 days after I got married.
Dude, You in a lazy river is like an oxy. It's like a double whammy.
Most just call it a river. Let's start the show.
It's the creep off.
Disgusting, vomit-inducing thing.
Hola, creepos! Welcome to another edition of everyone's favorite podcast. It's the Creep Off. I am your host. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host. The people's champion. Vinnie Paulino. In the other room is hot Carla.
What is happening, Vinnie Paulino?
Well, I'm just happy to be doing the Creep Off, a show about creeps, by creeps, for you creeps. This is going to be a good show.
You're way too happy today.
I
don't like that.
I think you know why.
I think I know why, too.
What's the results, Murray?
So we were on Game Point last week.
Hold on 1 second. I got too many lights on in here. This is a little much for me right now.
You look
Too
good,
much
buddy.
Stimuli.
You look good.
Too much stimuli.
All right.
I feel good now.
Okay.
So I was on Game Point last week.
Yep. You're up 4-3, I believe.
I was up 4-3.
So my goal was to get that tied up for us.
Now, we talked about the biggest Thanksgiving creep, and you brought up Ray Caruth, who certainly was a creep.
Yeah.
I mean, refresh people. What did Ray Caruth do? He tried to murder he successfully murdered the mother of his child, and now his child has problems for the rest of its life.
He hired a hitman to beat the shit out of his pregnant girlfriend so that she would abort her son. The hitman decided just to shoot her up instead, and the son is still alive. And he did that to get out of paying child support.
Sure. And this happened on Thanksgiving Day?
He was arrested on Thanksgiving
Day.
Day.
He was arrested on Thanksgiving. Well, my guy on Thanksgiving Day shot up everybody in his family, including a 6-year-old child.
Right.
Yeah. So
the
votes are in.
You're making the case again. I see what
you're doing. The votes are in,
yep.
Carl. I just want to make sure everybody knows the votes are in for biggest Thanksgiving creep, and holy shit was it close. All those Carl fans came out to support you.
I love it.
But, my friend, the final score, 66 or 51% to 48%.
Oh!
Carl's spinning the wheel today. Carl's spinning the wheel today. Carl's spinning the wheel today.
I lost by 3 votes. The people who cheat for me, how do we lose by 3 votes? We should treat this like Georgia and put like 10,000 ballots in there. Fake ballots.
Some dude just pulled up to the front with 507,000 ballots.
Yes. Count them. Count the votes. Count the votes.
I did it. I won.
Fuck.
So you're spinning the wheel.
I'm spinning the wheel today. I haven't even finished my last consequence.
The consequences are piling up.
I know.
And you deserve every goddamn one of them after that fucking rock, paper, scissors bullshit. I am so happy right now.
I reminded you of that just before we went on air. You're still pissed.
I got all worked up.
You got all worked up.
I got all worked up. That's why I got so happy.
Okay.
The thought of you spinning that wheel.
All right, so at the end of the show, then we'll spin the wheel.
Sorry, I just sort of relish it. You saying that.
All right.
Now, Carl. That means this is a new
this week.
Well, it means this is a new start, a new one, and we generally start off with a wild card. So that's what we're going to do today is wild card day.
So it's 0-0, resetting everything. I got to start my victory streak going starting today. You ready to do this, Vinny?
Oh, I'm ready to do this, Carl. If you are,
let's get down with the creep off.
All right, Carl. My creep is a guy that I dropped the ball on a few weeks ago, and we did Creepiest Musician. Maybe that was a couple months ago now.
Okay.
But this was a guy that I don't believe. I did G.G. Allen.
Yes, you did.
And I realized, holy fuck, how did I not do this guy? So today I am going to right that wrong. My creep, the lead singer of a band called Lost Prophets, Mr. Ian Watkins. Are you familiar with the band, Carl?
I am not.
Well,
what era is this from?
They were popular in the 2000s. I believe they started out around 1997.
Okay.
Is when they, actually, you know what? 2000. They debuted their first album. This album was called The Fake Sound of Progress. Rave reviews. They were from Wales. So, you know, they had like that British thing in the 2000s. People seemed to like that shit. And they got snapped up by Q Prime. I don't know if you guys know who Q Prime is. They are a big-time management company. I know, Carl, you would know nothing about this. Metallica, one of their clients, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah. No isotopes. I looked. I looked, pal.
Negotiations didn't go well.
So I pulled a little clip for you folks who are actually watching the show live on YouTube so you could get a kind of a glimpse of what this guy looks like. And for those of you who are listening, this is the style of fucking, I guess they call it nu metal.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you win.
Not a good time of
you
music.
Win. Biggest creep. You got it.
And this doesn't even sound like nu metal. This sounds like pussy punk to me.
Okay.
And we all sit round here in our hometown, listen to the waves as they all crash down, and watch the fire as it slowly burns away.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Get to the fucking hook.
No.
Is that where it gets heavy and it gets exciting right there?
No, it was just a lot of that.
Oh, really? Oh.
Like I said, pussy punk. This is the kind
the
of
music.
music.
Hot, though.
He's a good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy, they say. So he's got a lot of fans to this day. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But Ian Watkins, ladies and gentlemen, the band was huge. Okay.
If you say so, Vinnie. I mean, you can keep telling me that.
Well, they sold 3.5
I didn't know that song. I'd never heard of them before.
Okay, I'm going to tell you the big difference between the Lost Prophets and the Isotopes.
Please do.
Lost Prophets sold 3.5 million albums.
Right.
So far to date, the Isotopes have sold 3.5.
Dozen. 3.5 dozen albums.
Whatever. Okay. That's all I'm saying. That's my point. $3.5 million in album sales. And the guy had a bit of a squeaky clean reputation. I mean, you saw that picture of him just driving around in the Cadillac like the good-looking guy that all the ladies love.
Yeah.
Well, when he hit 30, things kind of went nuts because for a long time he claimed to be a straight edge.
Oh, right.
Ian Watkins at first was known as straight edge, someone who did not drink or do drugs, and he was proud of this fact. Not long after Lost Prophets began to gain fame, Ian began taking cocaine. This eventually led to heroin, and then to crystal meth on top of abuse to alcohol.
Yeah.
Who fucking takes cocaine? What a weird way to say that.
Well, sometimes when you get headaches, you just take a little cocaine.
So cocaine to heroin to crystal meth and alcoholism.
Yeah.
Was the path that he took.
It's quite a slippery slope, I hear.
Yeah, that's a very vertical slope.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if that Nancy Reagan was onto something with that just say no.
Okay.
Well, he's a good-looking guy, like we talked about. The women love him. He's a fucking rock star, and he's doing pretty good. He meets this woman named Joanne. Now, Joanne has a little bit of a checkered past. She meets him when he's kind of start getting into drugs. He's into cocaine at this point, and they start a relationship. Here's a little info on Joanne.
Joanne Majelix, former soldier, former escort. She herself was arrested in connection with this case, but then released without further action. Inquiries continue, we're told. She first met Ian Watkins 7 years ago, and they began a casual relationship. It was on-off, she says, at the outset fueled by cocaine, and soon mired in his grotesque fantasies.
Yeah, that's a little foreshadowing.
All right.
But so as they kind of got comfortable with each other doing drugs, he started kind of opening up to things that he's done and things that he'd like to do.
Okay.
And here's her talking about it.
He began telling me about all these 14-year-old fans that he loved to take the virginity of. And then it just got worse and worse. And then he would start telling me things about he wanted to get me pregnant so that he could rape our daughter. He wanted to kidnap children. He wanted to get me involved in it.
So that is a very drugged out conversation.
You would say so.
That they're having. You don't typically tell someone that you want to get someone pregnant so that you can eventually have sex with your child. You'd have to be pretty fucking high to have that conversation.
Well, it's so crazy to me because, like, the more I learn about this woman, the cops didn't believe her because she goes to the cops. Let me tell you a little bit about this. This is the first time he was reported in 2008.
It was in December 2008, almost 4 years before his arrest, that Joanne Majelix claims she first reported Ian Watkins to South Wales Police. She claims she gave the Child Protection Unit in his hometown of Pontypridd the name of a girl aged around 4 whom he'd apparently boasted of abusing. She'd be interviewed by her local force in West Yorkshire, but eventually told, she claims, by a detective sergeant in South Wales Police that the investigation was being dropped.
I said to him, look, I'm not a psycho, I'm not a liar, I'm not anything else that Ian would have said I am. I'm telling the truth. And if anything else happens to another child, it's on your head, not mine. And that's how I left it. And that was April 2009.
Okay. So she reported him in the late fall. They get back to her in April, say they're dropping the case. They're not interested. Well,
did they say a 4-year-old?
They said a 5 or 6.
Okay. Yeah,
well, actually, yeah, it was a 4-year-old that time.
That's disgusting.
Okay, well, let's keep going.
That's a problem.
This is the second time she decided to report him because they still had a relationship, even though she was still kind of coked up, and I kind of get why the cops didn't want to listen to her. She was a former escort.
Right.
But
she sounds like a raving lunatic.
Does she?
Well, yeah, because she's like dating this guy.
Yeah. And he's like the super famous dude. He's like the hometown hero. And she's like, yeah, he tried to fuck this 4-year-old.
Yeah.
The following year, and their relationship now over, during the Leeds festival where Watkins is playing, they meet again. In her hotel room, she says he shows her a video of a girl she'd never seen before being sexually assaulted. How old do you think the girl was?
Maybe about 5 or 6.
Jesus.
And I knew then that I wasn't wrong. And I thought, what can I do? The police have said that I can get harassment charges.
The police told her to stop reporting this guy.
Why is this guy, so she already went to the police. Does he know that? Because why would he show her this video?
Because this
why would
guy,
he show anyone this video?
Because he's on fucking crystal meth. He's on fucking meth,
lunatic.
Carl. So this time, she straight up has more evidence and goes to the police. Again, this is the third report here we're going to cover.
It was 2011. This time, Watkins, she says, had Skyped her from Los Angeles, telling her about a 5-year-old girl he'd been assaulting, and then texted her 3 images of child abuse.
What the
Just
In
to
her
prove
complaint
it!
to the IPCC, Joanne Majelix claims she immediately emailed South Wales Police to say Watkins had escalated the abuse and had now raped at least 1 young child.
Why the fuck is he texting pictures of that?
Hey, listen, I just wanted to tell you, I met this 5-year-old. I'm totally over you. Here's some pictures to prove it. Like, what is he doing?
You're going to be so jealous when you see my new girlfriend.
No, dude, this band is getting work everywhere. They're in a ton of video game soundtracks. They were in like the Spider-Man movie soundtracks.
No wonder I've never heard of them.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't Star Wars, Carl. I only like it when weird aliens play the instruments. Fucking nerd. Give Spider-Man shit. I should just come there and fight you. Now, listen. This whole situation is nuts, but this is what she claims. Listen to this.
In total, Joanne Majelix alleges she reported Ian Watkins at least 8 times over 4 years to 4 police forces before his arrest.
Yeah.
So the creeps are the police.
A little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're bad at their jobs.
They are not good at their jobs. So here's
Oh, look at this. It's a photo of a 5-year-old getting fucked by my ex-boyfriend.
She claims...
Oh, is that illegal? I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure if that's even illegal.
Oh, you and your Boulder Dash. He's a hero. Look at him. He sings these songs. And his hair is neater than the Beatles was. We like him.
And just which law are you saying that he broke? I'm not seeing a problem here.
This little fucker with his little shitty chin goatee and his fucking scraggly, shaggy hair was just running around fucking children all over the goddamn world.
Can I point
And there's
something
only
out?
one person who's calling him out and reporting to the police, and the police are just completely ignoring them.
4 different police forces.
Yeah.
That's weird. Can I point something out?
Sure.
They tried to make it sound like in that one report you played that because he got into crystal meth and heroin and stuff, then he decided that he wanted to touch little children. I don't think it has anything to do with drugs. I know plenty of people who try drugs who never fuck 5-year-olds.
I just want to eat.
Right.
I don't want to. Yeah. I mean, we all have vices.
Yeah, I just want to like listen to Pink Floyd for a while or something.
Oh God. He likes to do Dark Side of the Galaxy. What Carl does is he puts on a Dark Side of the Moon and just watches Empire Strikes Back on mute and just tries to in his mind make it line up. It's pretty fucking incredible. Force doesn't work.
Love it.
So during this time, she finds out, because she's still kind of friendly with this guy, even though she's running back to the police constantly to report him, that he is in relationships with some other women, right? And these other women that he's in a relationship with are single moms, Carl.
Joanne actually got into contact with one of the female accused. B, at the beginning of her and Watkins' relationship. She tried to get B to bring what evidence she had to the police with her, and it seemed like she would, claiming to be disturbed by some of the comments Watkins had made towards her child. They set a date, but B never showed. A month later, the first acts against B's child began, according to the evidence of pictures and video.
Yeah, so Carl, during the case, they did not release the name of these two women because they wanted to protect their children.
You know what's interesting, though?
Yeah.
A lot of times, single mothers have a hard time getting a boyfriend because they have a kid.
Yeah.
These women are getting the boyfriend because they have a
And
kid.
he's a famous rock star!
Yeah, that works out well.
So let me tell you just a little bit about these two because I will tell you this, a little foreshadowing, Carl. These two end up standing next to him in court. Here's a little bit about, they call them A and P for some reason.
Okay.
B, who
B,
had
I'm
a
sorry.
little boy, had allowed Watkins to give the boy methamphetamine or ice,
Wow.
and attempted to perform sexual acts on the boy while being recorded. B also took part in sexually assaulting the 1-year-old.
Jesus
Afterwards,
Christ.
B would send texts to Watkins discussing details of other meetups and pictures of her sexually abusing her son.
What the fuck is going on here, Vinny? Is QAnon real? And what's going on right now? Is all of this real?
It turns out the third person in on the text, Hillary Clinton.
I knew it! No wonder she wanted this
We
email
cracked that egg right
scrubbed.
open today, son. Here's
What the fuck?
Let's talk about the other mother, shall we?
Yeah.
The other female P was a little older than B, and had talks with Watkins about moving in together. Watkins is shown having texted, "If you belong to me, so does your baby," in which she responds, "Understandable, a mother-daughter slave duo worshipping you," with Watkins responding, "That's all she'll know, a life of filth."
What a degenerate this guy is.
Yeah, here's a little bit more about her.
There were pictures taken of P sexually abusing her daughter and sending pictures and video to Watkins, and discussions of making the little girl take drugs and perform sexual acts on animals.
All right, this is fucking made up. This isn't even real. They're just trying to come up with the craziest shit possible. They just made up. This band doesn't exist. This guy is a fictional character. Are you just inventing people to win now?
Nope.
That's not real.
That is so
Nobody
real.
gives their kids meth and then has them have sex with animals. That's just
This
not
guy,
that's
the
not a
judge
thing.
says, is one of the sickest human beings he's ever heard of. Like, this guy, to me, he's not quite eating kids, but, I mean, I can't think of anybody who's worse. He's really disgusting. So, let's keep going, shall we?
He doesn't eat kids, but he has tongue punched a dirt star or two.
Yeah, a couple times. Now, Watkins finally gets arrested in 2012 because apparently 6 other people who were around him are like, this guy's got some problems with drugs. He's doing all sorts of stuff. And they reported him, and the cops finally arrested this guy.
How is he finding women that don't report him immediately?
I think
How
this
is he
was the-
finding these women?
Dude, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
You're in the isotopes. What are you going to do if
Why
you find out?
Why does that keep getting brought
What
up?
are you going to do when you find out producer Chris is
Yeah.
up to this kind of stuff? What are you going to do?
I think I can find another bass player.
Right.
I think that'd be pretty easy to do.
But I have to ask this. Is this story the reason why the Isotopes don't have a lead singer? Why they don't have a front man?
Dude, this is insane. It doesn't make any sense to me. This behavior is not being found out. There are tons of people calling him out for this shit.
So he was having some interesting problems with his band as well.
Okay.
I found an interview with a couple members, and they told some really great stories. One of the guys, his last name was Richardson. He said that at that lead show that she was talking about earlier, he wanted them to change the time that they went on from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. They did. 9 o'clock goes, they were supposed to go on. He just didn't show up.
Oh, great.
So they made the whole band go up there minus the singer. So they went up and I guess did like instrumental shit. So this is the story from the bass player. He says, I came off the stage fucking livered. I get on the bus. Ian's on the bus. And I'm like, nice one. And he gives me some shit about how I blacked the fuck out. And I just noticed, he goes, excuse me. He gave me some shit and I blacked the fuck out. I'm laying punches in his face for 10 seconds or 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm a big boy compared to him, so I'm not proud of this. He then gave me a fucking look after I hit him. And I had this can of Monster Energy in my hand. And I smashed the fucking can into his head. And I'm like, fuck. I went outside and puked. For the next 3 weeks, he's got black eyes, cut on his face, and I'm feeling fucking horrible about the whole thing. That's what I did when he missed a show. You know what I mean? If I knew anything, if I had any inkling about any of that shit, I probably would have killed him.
Yeah.
Like, his band members were losing their shit with him. Like, that guy beat the fuck out of him. And this is the point where he's having these kind of problems with the guys in his band who he's making millions of dollars for.
Yeah, I mean, if you
People turned
probably
him in.
should have started with that. We've already gotten to the forcing kids to do meth and fuck their dog.
And he was a terrible bandmate, Carl.
I know. The terrible bandmate thing, I think that ship has sailed. I assume he wasn't pleasant to be around.
Yeah.
Also, he missed a note in the studio once, and they had to fix it in post.
So all I'm saying is,
come on,
he gets arrested.
Yeah.
And here's a fun thing: he also owned a T-shirt company.
Am I gonna get to go today? Or
Yeah. I'm almost done. I swear to God, I'm almost done.
He had a T-shirt company.
He had a T-shirt company, and he started selling T-shirts that said "Not Guilty."
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. And he's going to jail. He ended up, shockingly.
What does he write? I'd love to hear like song lyrics. Like, what does he write about?
Oh, we'll do that another day.
Okay.
On the 26th of November, Watkins pleaded guilty to attempted rape and sexual assault of a child under 13, but not guilty to rape. This was accepted by prosecution.
I don't rape adults.
He further pleaded guilty to 3 counts of sexual assaults involving children, and 6 involving taking, making, or possessing indecent images of children, and 1 of possessing an extreme pornographic image involving a sex act on an animal.
Yeah, so he got sentenced to 35 years.
Good.
The mothers stood next to him in court, and they were also sentenced.
The mother of the 11-month-old boy was sentenced to 14 years in prison, and another woman who conspired to have Watkins rape her child was sentenced to 17 years.
Yeah.
Good.
And,
all right, happy endings.
Okay, well, he's a douchebag to the end, and you're going to laugh your ass off at this.
Okay.
So the day of his sentencing, they read this transcript from a phone call he had with a publicist.
One more thing. On the day Ian Watkins was being sentenced to 35 years in prison, a transcript was read to the court from a phone conversation Watkins had in prison with a female fan, where he stated, "I'm going to put out a statement on the 18th just to say it was mega lols. I do not know what everybody is getting so freaked out about."
And Carl, here's the fun part.
Yeah.
Mega lulls
is
kind of something he was trying to get a catchphrase going. Here's a picture from his shows. This is what he had. And he was selling Mega lulls t-shirts.
With the 4 exclamation points. Mega lols, guys. Am I right? What a douche. That's the douchiest thing yet. Wow.
Yeah, so he's a real piece of shit, Carl.
All right.
And let me see. Is there anything else I want to say? Oh, yeah. He made the news again.
Kicker?
Yeah. He made the news last year, the most recent update on his prison time, because he got sentenced like 2012 to 39 years.
Yeah.
So he got 5 months added on to his sentence last year because they found him with a cell phone in his anus. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's ringing?
Yeah.
Who's ringing in here?
We want to know where the cell phone is.
All right.
But yeah, so there you go. Ian Watkins, one of the most disgusting fucking people I've ever heard of in my life. There you go.
Love it. All right.
Carl, take it away.
All right. I am bringing to you a guy named Randy Stair, or as he's known on the internet, Andrew Blaze. Now, you have a look on your face. Do you know of this person?
No,
Okay.
but I don't like the nickname.
All right. So Andrew Blaze had a job at the grocery store, at the supermarket where he lived in Pennsylvania. He did overnights. And what he would do...
What kind of a store was it? I missed it. I'm
A
sorry.
supermarket.
Okay, gotcha.
So he would do overnight stocking shelves, things like that, things of that nature. One day, he goes into work, and I'll let these people describe the first hour and a half of his shift.
He clocked in at 11 and spent the first hour and a half of his shift stacking pallets against the doors and exits.
Holy fuck.
He had 2 shotguns with him, and he decided to take out all of his coworkers and then himself. So there they are in just these 4 people working in a supermarket overnight. He decides to block all the exits and then discharges 54 bullets at his coworkers At the end of the killing spree,
11 each.
Taking himself out.
12 each, sorry.
At the end of it, he took himself out. So that's what this guy did that was heinous. But I didn't mention the other thing about him is that he was a YouTuber. Now, he started out doing some YouTube stuff back in 2007. He'd make little sketches and have like sketch comedy stuff. I watched a little bit of it. Not very good. What are you going to do?
This is why every fucking open micer I ever meet terrifies me.
Yep, as they should. It's going to get worse for you in a second here. So he decided around 2012 that he was really into animation, and he developed a new YouTube channel called the Ember Ghost Squad. And the Ember Ghost Squad really was around this one character, Ember Flores, who is based off a character, Ember McLean, from this other Nickelodeon cartoon show.
Not to be confused with WWE wrestler Ember Moon.
Correct. Not to be confused with that at all. This is like a Nickelodeon style animation show. And it's the Ember Ghost Squad. What these people do is they find people who are going to commit suicide and recruit them for their team because they're all ghosts. So it's all about suicide and death, and he's very into it.
So he was trying to recruit his coworkers?
Well, not quite. What happened was he was working on a big project. And back in January of 2017, he decided, I'm going to do this huge animation. He had the whole storyboard written out. He does a lot of the cartoon work. He does some of the animation. He needs people to help him with the voiceover work. He needs people to help him with the animation because he's not that good at it yet. It takes a long time.
He got Billy West, I heard.
So he hired a bunch of people to help him with this big project, and it's what he's been gearing up for. 24-year-old kid, really excited. He's going to become a big star from this thing that he's making. And all the people that he hired kind of flaked on him. So
they went to go work at the supermarket.
So when he finally did put out the video, it was kind of half complete. There were parts of it where it just tells you on the screen what he wanted to have happen in those different scenes and in those different scenarios. The video starts off with 4 pages of text that read this. To all the people who screwed me over in this video and left me hanging, fuck you. To all the animators who agreed to help and shoved me aside as if I didn't matter, fuck you. To all of the worthless people involved with this video in general who made me feel like I didn't even matter, fuck you. To everyone who agreed to help in general and made me feel like I didn't even matter, fuck you. To the fans who will appreciate what I managed to get done with this 5 months completely on my own, thank you. There are going to be some missing shots left unfinished.
I like a grateful person.
Yes.
I really do.
He loves the fans still. There are going to be some missing shots left unfinished in this video with animatics in place of the black holes due to 0 of the 10 plus animators who I reached out to even lifting a finger to help out. Page 2. This was going to be something amazing. This is going to be something awesome. This is going to be something unique. In the end, what do I have? Hardly anything thanks to you good for nothing faggots. All of you animators can fucking drop dead. This was meant to be something spectacular, and all you did was crush my dreams for it. The animators just pushing me aside for more important work when I was able to pay you by your outrageous fucking rates. Just fucking die. I'm going to be fucking dead by the time you see this video. Congratulations, you fucking blew it. I hope you forever rethink what gets sent to you from now on. I hope you forever have the weight of the world crushing your spine into the fucking pavement. So after spending January through the first week of June on this, I fucking gave up on it. What's the point? What's the fucking point? I literally killed myself over this fucking thing with no thanks to any of you. You're all worthless fucking cunts. Thanks for nothing. Seriously, thanks for fucking false hope. Thanks for absolutely nothing. You good for nothing faggots. I'm going to haunt your fucking dreams. I'm going to hover over your worthless, pathetic bodies while you fucking sleep. And when you fucking take your last breaths, I'm going to be in your pupils laughing my fucking ass off. I thought there were still good people in this world willing to lend a hand when I needed it most. Turns out I was fucking wrong. Fucking die. Virtually, all right, so God. Last page here. Virtually 75% of the music video was intended to be animated. Only 1/4 ended up finished with 0 help from you fuckers. I had to do everything. What else is new? Throughout my entire 9-year career on YouTube, I've always had to do everything myself. This was meant to be a collaborative effort, and you just flat out didn't fucking give a shit about me. I was patient, I was nice, I was inspired. In the end, what am I now? Satisfied. I'm fucking satisfied that I was able to somehow still make this decently animated with only 2 years of animation experience. I wanted fucking experienced people to work on this and make it amazing. Well, it didn't fucking happen. I waited 3.5 months for animators to help out. I get shut out in the cold like an ex-fucking wife. You can kiss my deceased female white ass, you good-for-nothing cocksuckers. To the fans who still care about me, some of the answers you're looking for are in the Andrew Blaze Suicide Tapes folder in the digital release set that was just released tonight. This set in the video description, I'm not sorry about this either. So what this kid did is he planned out for months this murder-suicide rage that he went on, and he recorded videos of him talking about it and then released everything an hour before he did it.
Okay, so can I make 2 points real quick?
Yep.
Number one, if you ever call me long-winded on the show again, I'm taking off my headphones and I'm coming in the other room and I'm going to strangle you with the cord.
I just wanted to get the rage across.
And number two, I know you read those because you just want to take up all the time to save time before you have to spin the wheel. Go ahead.
I wanted to communicate how angry this guy was about this project not getting done. He was very upset about it. Now, the project itself, if you watch it, it's interesting. It starts off, well, I'll let it play and the people on here describe what's going on.
But yeah, let me get back to where we were, where he's getting his guns ready.
So these are all real guns and real ammo because he really went and did this.
Yep, it's all real shit. And yeah, he'd been making this video for a few months. He just didn't put it up until beforehand, like that day when he went into work that night.
This is fucking horrifying.
Isn't this fucking insane?
So what this guy did was he recreated, this isn't even real, but it all really happened. He recreated him getting his guns out, getting his ammo out, and he's like holding the gun and caressing it. He's got multiple shots
And this is
going.
animated.
No, this is actually live action. It's all edited, and it's really poorly acted. It's just, he's like, oh, he's so agonized. He doesn't know what to do, and he's struggling with it.
Why wouldn't they animate my cartoon?
Which is crazy, because this is all shit that he is going to do, and he's not even a good actor when he's pretending that he's going to do it. So then he puts on this t-shirt, and then he transforms into an animation, and him and this female character, Rachel, are now in an animation, and this is part of that part of the film where he goes on this long monologue about the beauty of death and how suicide's the only way.
This guy's worse than Kevin Smith. He doesn't shut the fuck up.
Yes, he does not shut the fuck up. This is just a little piece of it.
Death. The most beautiful, gorgeous, luscious thing about life. People care about you more dead than alive. Fact.
All right, so after that...
I have no problem with that argument.
After that, he recreates being goofed on. Now, he's playing this character and this other girl, Rachel, who he's also that character too. He's two women in this because he's a psychologically burnt out person.
Is he trans?
He is. He actually, I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to what he identifies as in a minute. But this is all the kids in school goofing on Andrew.
Andrew's the leggiest, gayest kid in the county of Westboro!
What'd you say, bitch? Shut your mouth, you goddamn whore!
Hey, Andrew! I heard you like to print out girls' Facebook pics and jizz on their faces!
Hold her down, grab her legs!
Hey, look, there's Andrew down his little carols again!
Snip that bitch's hair off!
Hey, Andrew! How big's your dick? I bet you jerk to your precious drawings because you can't get any real pussy!
So what he's trying to recreate here is getting bullied and finally getting to a breaking point, which comes up here.
Shut the fuck up!
I bet you shove cucumbers down your...
Shut the fuck up!
I bet you shove cucumbers down your pussy!
Shut the fuck up! You all fucked with the wrong girls.
So at this point in the animation, he then goes into the school and starts murdering everybody. Him and Rachel both have shotguns, and they just start blowing people away. People are hiding under their desks, and they're coming around and just shooting them. This is the project that he sent out to all these animators and voiceover talent people who then flaked on him. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why they didn't want to help him out with this project.
Okay, now you finally made your point. 8 minutes in, I get it.
All right, this is what's so crazy about it is that this guy was fantasizing about something that he wasn't going to do, and then everyone flaked on him. He was like, fuck it. Now I'm actually just going to do it, and the blood is on your hands.
Wow.
Now, also what's fascinating, he asked him if he was trans. This is interesting.
This kid also says that he's a woman, like he's Ember Ghost or whatever. Like that's his inside who he is. So
he identifies as a female ghost?
Yes, yes.
He identifies as a Nickelodeon character that is a female ghost, which is maybe why he's got some mental issues. It's going to be a hard life to live. Who are some of the people he looks up to, though, Betty? Who are his heroes?
And I guess he was really inspired by Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, the Columbine guys.
Those are good heroes to have. You know, for me, it's like Matt and Trey. I feel like I look up to those guys.
The thing about this guy respected people who actually got things done.
That's true.
Like, he doesn't
They
like people who
followed
just
through.
talk. He likes people who follow through.
They follow through. So there are dozens and dozens of videos of him with his guns, buying his guns, shooting his guns, explaining what he's going to do, released all of it the day that he actually did it. Here's just a little glimpse of it. Here he is in his car. He's driving from where he just picked up his second shotgun.
I now have two pump action 12 gauge shotgun Mossberg 500s. This one's 18.5 inches on the barrel. The other one was 20 and a half, one of the two, I don't know. But I fucking got it.
That's what it sounded like after Carl heard that Patrick Michael clip the other day.
Oh, yeah, that is...
I got it! I finally got it!
I was so excited about that.
Okay, so this guy is clearly insane. He sounded like he was fucking in ecstasy.
Yes.
After buying these guns.
Fantasizing about these guns. He's all excited about it. He's talking about how he has to hide it from his parents. He lives with his parents.
Oh.
He has to hide the gun from his parents because they might get suspicious.
Yeah,
And
that
he's
he kept
buying
trying to get an
shotguns.
apartment. But whenever they put in, like, whenever he filled out the application, he wrote down that he was a transgender ghost.
Yeah.
The landlords just seemed to pass.
All right, this is the last thing. This is him talking about when he's going to have to do this thing is based on whether his boss is going to be there or not, because he really wants to kill his boss. He's looking forward to that specifically.
Part of me thought it could have been 2 weeks from now because one of my the managers on the day shift, I'm on night shift, but one of the managers on the day shift put in his 2-week notice. And my boss has been trying to get on day shift or second shift forever. And he had an opportunity to get it, but the way things are looking, he's not going to get it. So then also put me like on the clock here because it's like he's been trying to look for other places to work, you know, try to get off a night shift and just find another job. And the way I see it, I can just barely have enough time to do all this within 4 weeks.
He's like, oh man, my boss tried to find a new job. I got to fucking hurry this up now.
Yeah,
What
man,
an
I don't want him
asshole.
to get away.
That would suck.
Wouldn't it suck if he clocks out before the killings?
In this video also, there's a music video. It's like a Gwen Stefani song. And
No.
yes, and it goes through this
No.
whole thing where it shows him stocking the shelves.
You know what, though? That makes sense. I think Gwen Stefani's, demographic probably is transgender ghosts. That makes sense to me.
That's why Ronnie's is so big.
I could be sweet.
But Vinny, it's so creepy. He knows he's going to shoot up everybody. He takes a video showing all of the different aisles, shows him stocking the shelves, and then it pans to his notebook where he's scribbling, all will die, and all this kind of shit, which you would think would just be like you need attention really bad.
What was the name of the supermarket?
It was called Weiss.
I bet you it was like one of those IGAs, International Grocers Associations, not part of a chain.
No, I don't know if it's part of a chain.
Because I can imagine, like, this kid wouldn't make it 10 minutes at Wegmans before they saw the notebook and were like, you need to go away.
Well, you know what's crazy about this is that they closed down for a month after this happened, did some altercations inside the store, and then opened up again.
They did some alterations?
Alterations, not altercations. Thank you.
They fought the building!
You're such a smug prick. I really hate you today. You are the most smug you've ever been on this show.
Spin that fucking wheel.
I know, you're very excited about
Spin that
People
wheel
are
for me,
pissed off
Carl.
that they're still shopping at a place where people are being hunted down.
It's not like they're
by
slipping
a
in the
crazy
blood
person.
puddles, for Christ's sake. They mopped them up.
Anyway, Andrew Blaze, a.k.a. Randy Starr.
What were the altercations? What did they do?
Oh, they just rearranged everything.
That's all they did?
Yeah. Yeah, they just opened up the supermarket again after that.
They put cardboard over, like, the cooler doors where the glass was shot out?
No, they literally, like, moved the milk aisle to a different part of the store. And cereals are now in aisle 3 instead of aisle 6. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, that would piss me off.
I know.
That would piss me right
That
off.
would be the
If
worst
I was
part.
a customer, I'd be so angry. I'd be in there like, finally, they're back fucking open.
That's
I
the
want my
worst part.
goddamn Cocoa Puffs.
All right, Vinny, I'm sorry my creep wasn't fucking 11-month-old kids. I apologize for that.
Somebody clip that.
All right, are we done with the smug portion of the show? Can we move on? Do we get any voicemails?
Never. But go ahead. Finish your story.
Do we get any voicemails or anything, Vinny?
No, that's it. That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
You don't have any of the audio of him like killing everybody?
No, he didn't record that.
Uh-huh.
No, what's crazy about this kid...
So wait, This guy who complains the whole time about having a plan and following through posts everything on YouTube up to it?
Yes.
What a
Well, what's
fucking
crazy about
failure.
it is that he just wanted to be famous after he was dead. So he never released any of these videos until an hour before he did it, just hoping that this would somehow go viral and everyone know who he was.
This asshole thinks he's going to get, like, invited to all the coolest ghost parties.
Yes.
Like, after he does
He
that.
really thought he was going to be on the other side. He thinks he's going to be an animated version of himself on the other side. He was really obsessed with whatever this cartoon show was.
God, these parents. What do you think they were going through with this guy?
Oh, dude. They knew. They knew they had a real weirdo on their hands.
What was his name?
His name is Andrew Blaze, was his YouTuber name, but his real name was Randy Stare.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You have a choice this week. You could pick Randy Stare, a.k.a. Randy Blaze, or you could pick Ian Watkins, one of the worst people on the planet.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. Remember, folks, it's really important to vote. Make sure you vote at thecreepoff.com. And when you vote, it's really, really important. Well, fuck me.
Big swing and a miss.
Yeah, big swing and a miss. Sorry. Oh, there it is.
Vote for Vinnie!
There it is.
I just show you how to use a soundboard. Maybe you have to show me how to talk, but I just show you how to use a soundboard.
I lost all my own shit. All right.
Okay.
So let me pull up some voicemails. We got a couple this week. Here we go.
You know what really creeps me out? That British people, instead of using mayonnaise on their sandwiches like Americans, aka normal people, put fucking cold butter on their sandwiches. And you know what they do with the mayo? They dip their fucking fries, aka chips, in mayo. It's stupid and creepy and wrong.
Sir, I've realized in my time on this earth that there really is no wrong way to eat.
The way you do. That's the wrong way to eat. What are you talking about?
All right, next voicemail.
Does that guy even listen to our show? That's so fucking random.
I just really liked that call. It made me laugh. All right, we got an idea for the wheel.
Hey, Vinny. I have an idea for the Wheel of Consequences. I think you should do this as a 2-in-1. So if Carl lands on it and he spins, he has to French kiss that chick from that bonus episode that he did, Life with Herpes. And if you land on the square, I think you should have to go vegan for a week. I
I'd
don't
rather
know.
kiss the herpy girl.
I'm just saying, but I think that'd be pretty good. Call me back.
I got to ask you a question. In your opinion, who was more stoned, the first caller or the second caller?
I think it was the same person.
Oh,
I'm pretty
really?
sure.
I don't think it was.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of weed. A lot of weed there. All right, last one.
I just wanted to say that I thought Vinny had the bigger creep this week, but I'm giving a spike vote for Carl because he had a good point. Make your case, not a case against the other guy.
Thank you.
That's it.
Yes, that was a good point.
Vinny, loser.
What the fuck?
Vinny loser.
This guy's trying to have an alteration with me.
I think so. Hey, I got a couple other voicemails.
Oh, great.
That
Lay
came
them out.
in
I
on-
always love when you surprise me with them. Go
came in
ahead.
from our WATP hotline.
All right.
Hey, this is Mitch again. I just wanted to let Vinny know that Josh Potter now has his own podcast. Thought he might like to know. Call me back. Bye.
Who?
And then he called again and left this voicemail.
It's Mitch again. I forgot to mention that Josh Potter's on the quote-unquote Roach Motel podcast. And also, please look up his eye. Thank you.
I've seen it in person, thanks.
Yeah, I emailed you. He sent me the email, the picture. Did you see that, Vinny?
No, I've seen it. No, I didn't even see that you sent me that. When did you send it to me?
Right before I came over here.
Oh, I didn't look.
So Josh Potter has a podcast called The Roach Motel.
Yeah.
You want to maybe look at that for
I
WATP?
wish him nothing but good luck and success.
Do you want to do that for WATP maybe?
Maybe
Vinny?
a bonus episode behind a paywall.
Yeah? All right. That sounds good
Listen,
to me.
here's the thing, man. I don't know why everybody's trying to like start all this shit with me and Josh. Josh has the problem with me, everybody. That's all.
Okay.
I don't care.
All right. Fair enough.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got.
Did
you
somebody
got
say
drop for
something?
that?
Hey, who did you just mention?
Josh Potter.
I don't care. I don't care. My jokes don't go over. I don't care.
don't care.
I got it out of loop.
He does not care. I don't care. I don't care. He does not care. I don't care. I'm happy go lucky. Women call me plucky. I don't care. I don't care. Shut up. I don't care.
I'd go all day with that, but that's all right.
Hey, did you listen to WATP, the one we put out this past week?
Yeah.
There was a guy, Cameron, who put together a subreddit news segment.
Oh,
for us.
really?
He made one for the Creep Off as well.
No shit. What a good guy.
Yeah, let's check that out. Because, you know, the Creep Off subreddit is very active these days.
Not particularly, but...
Hello, Carl. Hello, Vinny. And hello, Creeps. This is the subreddit news for the last couple days. This has been subreddit news for the last couple days.
I thought you'd like that.
That was pretty good. I like that kid.
I thought
oh, that really got me. That really got me. Some of the Photoshops that are on there are pretty good. I like the one of you in your bedroom was pretty good.
That one's amazing.
And then the one of me the other day is like some type of Spanish. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty good.
That was fucking hilarious. You have all those tattoos.
Yeah. Comedy at the Carlson underwear. I laughed.
Yep. Also, the greatest ever was Carly in the Garbage Factory, where you are an Oompa Loompa. Have you seen that one yet?
Yep, and you're a factory of shit. Yes. I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, that was great too.
Now, folks, if you want to join the subreddit, check it out. Reddit.com/thecreepoff or whatever the fuck it is. We also have a Discord server where there's a lot of fun happening on there. It's part of the WATP Discord server. I apologize. We're on there.
Yep.
And if you would like to leave us a voicemail, simply call 585-371-8108, or you can email us at thecreepoffpod@gmail.com. And if you want to see some of the Photoshops that people do of the show, I try to put them all up on our Instagram. So I'm sure you could find it.
Hey, I have another submission for the Nick Bate tribute album.
No shit.
Yes.
All right.
This week, I tackled this toe tapper from Nick Bate.
Anal rape. Anal rape. Anal rape. Anal rape.
All right.
You know, there was a very Shatner-esque delivery there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I could hear Bill Shatner cover that.
I'm not saying I do better versions of these songs.
Rape.
I just do different versions of these songs because they're pretty brilliant. So I brought that up to the Isotopes band practice this past week, and we came up with this.
Anal rape. Anal rape. Anal rape.
You know, that's pretty great. And I
Thanks.
would say that it sounds like a track from your 2011 album called The Isotopes. It sounds very similar to it.
You think that maybe I recycled some music I'd already written? Potentially for that one?
I am not going to accuse you of anything.
I'm actually amazed that you would recognize that and know that we had recorded that before.
So
That's
I
the
am
biggest
not
compliment.
wrong. So I'm not wrong.
That's the biggest compliment you've ever given me. Thank you. You knew a song we recorded 9 years ago.
Yep.
Well done, my friend.
Yep.
But, I mean, obviously, I didn't have the anal rape lyrics in there before. That was inspired by Nick Bate.
I don't know why you don't just front that band.
The Nick Bate band?
No, the Isotopes. Why you aren't just the singer full time?
I know, you're right. With lyrics like that, my ability to sing those melodies like that.
You're a talent, Carl.
I am.
You really are.
It's shocking.
Now, how do you feel about getting to the Scum Parade?
I am ready for the Scum Parade, my friend. Let's go there.
Lay it on me.
The Scum Parade! These are my peeps! The Scum Parade! It's nothing but creeps! The Scum Parade! I'm Carl and Mitch Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start on down in Memphis, Tennessee. What do you say, Carl? You feel like heading south?
We've been in Tennessee a lot lately.
Well,
I've
it's a
noticed.
shitty place,
It
Carl.
really is.
It's a very
shitty people.
Have you
there.
ever driven through Tennessee?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's not terrible.
Yes, it is.
Nashville and Memphis are both great places.
Sure. They got two great places
Yeah.
surrounded by shit.
Well, listen, we live near Syracuse, so what are we talking about?
I could smell Syracuse from
I
here.
know.
A Memphis caregiver was arrested for allegedly swindling money from an elderly adult client and selling the client's home. Did you know that that was like a scam?
No.
The Tennessee Bureau of
If I did, I'd have a
Investigation-
home.
If you did, you'd have a nursing service. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation got a referral from its Adult Protective Service Division about a complaint of financial exploitation by a personal caregiver in September. Gloria Hoskins provided in-home care to a Memphis woman between July and September. This bitch moves quick. 2 months, she sold the fucking house on her. Tennessee Medicaid Fraud Control Specialist agent said Hoskins coerced the victim into giving her access to a number of financial accounts. Hoskins allegedly bought items using the victim's name and then facilitated the sale of the victim's residence.
You know what's funny about this? When I was thinking about it, the only thing this woman's guilty of is not being in a nursing home. This is exactly what nursing homes do to elderly people. They drain their savings, they sell their house, they take all the money from that. There's really no difference.
Yeah, except this lady got her before the home did.
Right.
Now what's this old lady going to do?
So I think that she's like an entrepreneur more so than a criminal.
They say that Hoskins stole
Sounds
the
like a
money
good business model.
by taking control of the woman's bank account and retirement accounts when she learned the victim has no family. Now, according to the TBI, they said Hoskins got most of the money by forging the woman's signature on bank withdrawal slips. So she was just going to the bank with checks from the lady's checkbook all day long. Investigators said one of the things Hoskins allegedly bought was a Chevy Tahoe. The house is reportedly in Fox Meadows neighborhood of Memphis. Hoskins was charged with financial exploitation of a vulnerable adult, theft of property between $60,000 and $250,000, forgery and identity theft. She was arrested this past Wednesday.
I think she got a little greedy to do all that in 2 months. Like, oh, maybe Slow Your Roll could have gotten away with it.
Let me ask you
for a
this
little while
question.
longer.
You're there 2 months, and you
Yeah.
got a Tahoe out of it.
Yeah, pretty good deal.
Yeah, it is a pretty good
It's an
deal. But then
exciting
you're
bonus.
it's like those people who win like all that money on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they're like, oh, if I don't get this question right, should I take the house or not? And then they get
Right.
nothing.
Yep.
Either way, she's going to
true.
jail. You ready to go to Utah, Carl?
Let's do it.
Did you see a picture of this guy?
I did.
Now, how would you describe Russell Rusty Healy?
He's an older gentleman.
Uh-huh.
He looks like he's probably a talented artist. He's a great professional.
He's got some hair. He's got like old white man hair that's kind of long. But he's a photographer, described as well-known in the Ogden, Utah area. He was arrested last week on sexual assault charges. Russell Rusty Healy was booked into the Weber County Jail on 2 counts of first-degree object rape, 1 count of second-degree forcible sexual abuse, and 1 count of misdemeanor theft. Healy, a well-known photographer in the area, is the owner-operator of his business who offered, you ready for this shit, Carl? This made me laugh so hard. He offered drawings with other businesses for people to win a photo shoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's one of those guys where you walk and you drop your business card in the bucket when you go to fucking Applebee's or whatever the fuck and you leave. So he's got one of these and you can win a photo shoot with this guy. Well, the Weber County Sheriff's Office said winners still had to pay for the photos.
That's not winning anything.
That's not winning anything. And he's just like, I mean, that's one hell of a fucking scam to
That
start
is,
with.
yeah.
Congratulations, you won free photos, but you're going to pay for them. Congrats. Healy, a well-known photographer of the area, is the owner-operator of his business who did the drawings. The Weber County Sheriff's Office said a female reported she won a photo shoot with Healy and was allegedly sexually assaulted by him. The victim reportedly had sought a photographic session with Healy for months. He reportedly had the female do work for him to help pay for her photos. So she won this thing, and he's ducking her for months.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, you're going to have to do stuff for me to pay for these photos.
And this dummy did.
And she did. She allegedly told the victim he could pick her up on his motorcycle and take her to get the photos on August 27th. But instead of going to his studio, he drove her on the back of a motorcycle to a remote area in the West Desert, stopped at the gates of the Little Mountain Air Force Test Facility. The victim said she realized she was in the middle of nowhere, and that Healy grabbed her and started kissing and fondling her. The victim said she just froze, and Healy had forcibly groped her all over her body. When she resisted, Healy said, "Shh, just be a good girl." That was my Healy voice. Did
It was
you like
pretty
it?
good, yeah.
The documents say Healy then returned the woman to her house after he raped her.
Yep. What do you want to do? Kill her? Leave her? I think that's the polite thing to do after raping someone. Take them back home.
I'd like it if he didn't rape her.
Oh, right.
I'd like it if he didn't rape her.
He would not be in the parade.
During the course of the investigation, they spoke with Healy's wife.
Yeah.
Who told them she was, quote, glad Rusty was caught, and that he is, quote, a sex addict and sleeps around with multiple other women, and that several other women had complained to her about Healy's behavior during photo shoots. Investigators said other previous clients reported similar alleged victimization by Healy through his position as a photographer.
Mrs. Healy is a real piece of shit. So she knows that her husband has been raping women for 30 years, doesn't say anything to anyone, and then they bust him. They're like, good. I'm glad you did that.
Oh, finally somebody got old Rusty?
Yeah, like, maybe give us a heads up next time so we can arrest him sooner if you're all that happy about it.
You want to know what his move was? He allegedly withheld photographs to try to trade sexual favors. He's like, so you know these pictures that you really want? Gonna have to blow me for them. It's like...
Oh, that old gag.
Yeah, that old chestnut. It's
Yep.
like the hole in the bottom of the popcorn.
Yep.
And other times allegedly sexually assaulted victims during meetings to pick up photos. He's fucking crazy.
Yes. He was doing it for decades. I don't understand this thing where it's like he's really well known in the community. Yeah, because he fucked everyone.
Yeah.
That's why he's so well known.
Yeah. Like everybody should know about him if they didn't. He should have fucking wear a sign.
Yes. Yeah, he has to introduce himself to his neighbors. Of course he's well known.
Okay, here's an interesting little fact. The police said it is possible that there are many more women or men who have been victimized by Rusty Healy over his 30-plus years operating as a photographer, as he used his status to manipulate and prey on his victims.
Real piece of shit, this guy.
Yeah. Like, if you're a dude who got raped by him,
I'm
because
not
you wanted your glamour shots.
I'm not coming forward with that story.
Yeah, I'm keeping it to myself.
I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
I'll just know who he is, just like the wife, and I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yep. You're lucky, buddy. That's going to be our secret.
Yeah. But I needed new headshots. It was the deal. He said I had to work them off. All right. Carl, I think I'm going to flip up the order of these stories.
Okay.
Here. We're going to go down to Florida. A woman allegedly broke into a house and attacked her coworker's sleeping husband with a machete.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you smiling like that?
Because it's fucking hilarious. This crime is hilarious.
Sarasota County Sheriff deputies responded to a reported burglary at a residence on Burke Road shortly after midnight Sunday. Deputies found a broken bedroom window and an injured man with several lacerations to his body. Investigators said a woman identified as 27-year-old Alana Gibson broke into the house where her female coworker lives and attacked her coworker's husband with the machete while he was asleep. Gibson allegedly tried to strangle the coworker as she intervened. Now, deputies said other residents of the house were able to stop Gibson, who fled the scene, leading deputies on a vehicle pursuit into a neighborhood county before she was arrested. In her car, she had a machete, an axe, a compound bow, and multiple arrows.
She has the weapons of a Warner Brothers cartoon character. I'm surprised she didn't have an anvil in there.
She has
could
the
drop on
weapons
the
from
guy.
an extra from Braveheart. What is she doing?
I know.
Gibson told the investigators she chose not to use the bow and arrow she brought because she didn't want to hit the victim's wife by accident.
Smart.
Now,
the machete obviously is not going to do any harm to anyone other than the victim.
right. You don't want to just shooting bows all over the place. My God.
Jesus Christ. They're laying in a bed together. I don't know if the machete's all that accurate either, but okay.
So Gibson reportedly admitted to planning to kill the husband and then to convince the man's wife to run away with her.
Yeah, because that's a really good way to get somebody to like you is to murder a loved one. Make sure to take out one of their family members or good friends. Then they'll really like you.
Yeah. It's great. Could you do me a favor and murder my spouse in front of me?
I don't think that was well thought out.
True love.
Yeah.
She's just like this crazy bitch went in there with the machete and thought she would hack up the husband, and this woman would be sitting there with like Bugs Bunny heart eyes fucking looking at her.
I planted the Warner Brothers seed.
You did. You
like
absolutely did. It's completely crazy. So the coworker's husband was hospitalized and is in stable condition. Gibson was charged with attempted murder, armed burglary, with assault, and fleeing, eluding police. She was held without bond. Hell of a story, eh? Carl?
I'd say, Vinny.
All right, last story of the Scum Parade today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to Bellevue, Nebraska.
All right.
Where police were called to the Sonic Drive-In Saturday night. Now, officers sent to the scene were first told a bomb may be inside a moving truck parked in the parking lot. The incident was declared a shooting a minute later after the police got there. A U-Haul truck in the parking lot was on fire because of fireworks or some type of device that was put inside of them to like create a diversion. Well, why do they need to create a diversion? Because 2 people were declared dead at the scene. 2 others were taken to the Nebraska Medical Center. Officers were working early Sunday, had to figure out what was inside the truck. They believe that 23-year-old man Roberto Carlos Silva of Omaha went into this place with multiple shotguns and pulled a, what's his name, Randy Blaze? What's your guy's name?
Andrew Blaze.
Andrew Blaze, and shot up the Sonic. So he fucking went all out. He blows up a moving truck and starts shooting everybody at a Sonic drive-thru.
I gotta say, when I saw 2 guys were killed in the Sonic drive-thru, I was hoping it was those 2 assholes from the commercials.
Oh, God,
who are
yeah.
always eating the fucking Sonic in the one guy's car.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just sit in the parking lot and eat our food. Who does that? You're adult men.
That's what happens after they go meet up and blow each other. Then they go to
Seriously.
Sonic. It's such a fucking weird...
I do not understand that. Is that done with now? I haven't seen that commercial in a while.
I don't know.
I
But
don't
all
understand
know
that
is-
whole thing of eating food inside a fucking car. Like, go somewhere.
I'm not going to lie.
Bring it somewhere.
The lines at Sonic sometimes can make me feel violent.
People were speculating that this was maybe you when they saw this article come out. I guess there's some type of resemblance between you and the shooter.
No, he's 3 of me.
He's a
Let me
big
say
boy.
that. He
He's
is
a
a
big
very
boy.
big boy. He's 3 of me, and I also said I wouldn't be caught dead in Nebraska. Now,
fair enough.
This is not Silva's first run-in with the police. 3 days prior, Wednesday, November 18th, Bellevue police responded to the same Sonic drive-in to investigate a case of identity theft. It was reported that Silva had used someone else's Sonic app to order $57 worth of burgers and corn dogs from the restaurant.
Ooh, he was trying to Zoomox some burgers.
He was trying to Zoomox some burgers.
Show title.
I was going to go with Mega Lols, but
Mega Lols is good
Zoomox
too.
and some burgers. You know what? It'll end up in the description. I promise you
All
that. Silva was then arrested for identity theft under $500 and booked in the county jail. Silva had 3 guns on him, which were taken as evidence that day. So they catch this guy scamming food. Now, at Sonic, it's not an expensive place, Carl.
No, it's not.
$57 worth of
is a
Sonic.
lot of fucking food.
Like, if you brought in $57 worth of Sonic, like, I would be like, what the fuck am I going to do with all this shit?
Yeah.
Like,
and then, like, an hour later, you'd be like, I can't believe I ate all of that food.
I'd be like, what a great friend. Brought me all this lunch. So, $57 worth of fucking food. He got very angry because he got caught, and he decided to take revenge, and he blew up a fucking truck and murdered people over it. Holy shit, Sonic. I got nothing for that, Carl. I'm just absolutely...
It doesn't make any sense, this story. It doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know why he was so angry.
Yeah.
He's a young kid, too.
Yeah, it's not like, people wouldn't animate his cartoon for him.
Right, that's a reason to blow people up. But this guy had decades, well, maybe years of overeating ahead of him. And he has to go and do that.
He's only 23, dude.
He's 23. Probably be
23
like
years old,
30.
he's 3 of me.
He'd probably live to be 32 or so if he hadn't done this.
Yeah, I hope this guy's probably going to... Do they have the death penalty in Nebraska?
You're asking me like I know.
I'm just asking.
I have
Like,
no idea.
I hope they're one of those places that have like the really fun ones where they come up with interesting ways to kill you, like old school.
yeah.
Like if they just made him eat corn dogs to death. That'd be pretty good.
He was going to do that anyway.
And they're like, eat the stick. Take the stick with it.
No, they're going to be like, where did the stick go?
And this guy's just like, I'll get all of you. Fat fuck. I'm not like I can call this guy a fat fuck and I don't even feel bad about it.
He is a big, big boy.
Yeah. So I guess that is the creep off for this week, Carl. I had a great time talking to you.
Yeah, as always, Vinny.
Yeah, we're not going to close the show yet.
Oh, I was so ready to close the show.
We're not closing the show yet, Carl.
Oh, you got to bring.
I'm
the
about
wheel
to bring you a
over.
present, and we're
Okay.
gonna spin the wheel.
All right, we got to spin the fucking wheel. All right. While Vinny's bringing this over, I'll remind people of the rule that we have for spinning the wheel is I get to defer if I land on something that I really am like I'm just not going to drive to Gary, Indiana, or whatever the fuck it is.
You're a piece of shit, Carl.
If I decide I'm not going to do it, I can do that one time, but then Vinny gets to choose any other consequence that is on the wheel that I then have to do. So let's read what the consequences are real quick. Let's remind people of what might happen to me after I spin this
I'm
wheel.
so happy.
Starting with the drive to Gary, Indiana, which is obnoxious. Go to Tom Myers Restaurant in
Which
Baltimore.
will be what I pick if you don't choose Gary, Indiana.
I hate you. Tom Myers Restaurant, the 7-second porn challenge where you have to watch porn. I wasn't at the 4-second. You have to watch
7
porn
seconds, Carl.
very loudly on your phone in a crowded area.
I'm thinking Wegmans shopping line.
For 7 seconds. Stuttering John book report. You have to buy Stuttering John's book and then write a report on
Read
it.
it, write a report. It'll be graded by a
And then
teacher.
it'll be graded by an actual teacher. Wear Crocs in public. Semenology. This was a creep that Vinny brought a few months ago. A guy wrote a book about
Cooking with, I believe it was called Nature's Harvest.
Yes, and it was about making cocktails and cooking with semen, and you can get an autographed copy of that for about $100. We have to buy the autographed copy
And then be seen in public reading it.
Be seen in public reading it.
The bartender's book is called Semenology. That's the one.
Yeah, semenology. Okay, truck nuts. You have to buy the truck nuts and put them on your vehicle for what, a month? Do we decide?
Until the next person spins.
Until the next person spins. Okay. It's so stupid. The 2-hour handcuff music challenge.
Yes.
This is one that gets Vinny very excited.
God, I'd have a hard time.
This was based on one of the stories that we read where I would be handcuffed in a room and having to listen to the same song on repeat for 2 hours.
You'd be handcuffed to a wall in a room.
Handcuffed, yeah, to a wall.
And the song is a song that I get to pick.
And you get to pick the song, and I listen to it on repeat.
And I have a plan for that, by the way.
If it's Baby Shark, I will murder you after
It's not going to be Baby Shark.
I will murder
Do you remember when I asked you what your favorite song was?
I do remember what I said.
Yeah. I changed it, though. I picked a better song.
Okay, good. So that's that fun consequence right there.
Yep.
And then we have Cuties Movie-a-thon. I gotta watch the movie Cuties.
We haven't decided how many times yet, but
I'm
in a row.
once is plenty.
Multiple viewings in one day.
I still think once is plenty.
Back-to-back multiple viewings of Cuties.
If either of these last two, we'll live stream this happening. All right, we have to perform Vic stand-up at an actual stand-up open mic. Or the next one is Seamus's stand-up at an open mic. Seamus's would be more fun to do. Vic's is
Uncle Sammy Poo just said I should pick Hey Jude for you.
Fuck you, Uncle Sammy Poo. Dinner with a listener.
Ugh.
And then the adult diaper challenge.
Yep, you have to wear an adult diaper for a day and use it at least once.
Yep. And then a podcast series. So this was a new one. I think we just added this last week. So you want to explain what that is?
Basically, the loser has to do a podcast series, 5 episodes, at least 10 minutes each, about a topic picked by the winner.
Yes. Oh my God. Some of these things are just so time consuming.
That's why it's fucking awful.
All right, here we go. We're going to
Hold on, is that all of them?
That's all of them.
You didn't get Crocs in public?
No, I read that one.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Okay, Carl, you do have the right of first refusal, but just realize that I am a motherfucker and I will ruin you if you do.
And away we go. And the wheel is spinning, and Vinny's jumping up and down like a child as the wheel spins around and around. And Crocs in public it is.
Oh, God damn it.
That's such a tame one compared to all the other ones.
All right, so you have to wear Crocs in public until the next person spins.
Every day I have to wear Crocs in public.
Yeah. Every time you leave your house. It's wintertime, Carl. It's going to suck.
Oh, man, I got to go down to Tampa, tampa.dick.show.
And you will be wearing Crocs at that show.
A live show in a theater on December 12th, and I'll have my Crocs on.
Great. God, I hope you fucking slip and fall.
All right. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry I'm accepting that, by the way, Vinny. I know you really wanted to pick one for me.
Casey just said she wears Crocs in public, so.
Casey's a fucking weird bird, man.
Cool.
She was sending me some of the notes that she's getting because we posted her number on Patreon for Who Are These Podcasts. People are real fucking creeps, man.
What are they saying?
When you say, I'll read it to you. This is kind of funny. When you say that this show is for creeps, that is very true. All right. Well, this one says, hey, ketamine Casey, you drugged out dyke. You can at least pretend like you're having a good time doing the voicemail segment, or is your brain too fried off drugs and rancid cunts to do that? Also send feet pics. Very charming individuals.
I gotta say,
messaging with
it's
Casey.
definitely not as tame as I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be like the standard "show me your asshole," like just all sorts of, really fucked up stuff. But all right. So speaking of reviews, we have a new review lined up from our pal Kevin.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, I have it ready and queued up.
Sweet.
So we're gonna close out the show. Carl and I are gonna get out of here, and we'll give it over to Kevin.
Great.
Remember, folks, it's nice to be important,
but it's more important to be nice.
Good gear.
B, who had a little boy, had allowed Watkins to give the boy methamphetamine or ice, and attempted to perform sexual acts on the boy
Anal rape.
I denounce it.
What's up, fuckers? It's Cobra Commander with this week's Creep Off Review section. Yeah, that's right. I'm here, taking time out of my coronavirus day to read to you shits. But enough about me and my crappy days. Let's read some reviews. This one is from, I don't know, it's a bunch of Chinese characters. And it says, Life Without Vic. This show has no Vic, therefore this show is good. I don't know who Vic is, but if she's anything like Destro, she doesn't do her dishes. I've been in lockdown with Destro now for 90 days. Yes, we were about to overthrow a small company. We were gonna take over all their assets and use it against the Joes. But I got put in coronavirus lockdown with fucking Destro. Do you know how bad that is? He smells. I'm just saying, he doesn't shower very often. The next one, Creeps, is the title, and it's by Kisa20. Worse than a trash can wearing headphones. I don't know what these people are talking about. I assume that's a reference to Who Are These Podcasts and their horrible logo done by I don't know who. But seriously, folks, Destro, let's get back to him, okay? This asshole does not shower, right? I asked him the other day, please clean your dishes, all right, Destro? It's all I need you to do. And he was like, oh, my name's Destro, and I don't clean the dishes this time. I'm gonna just, put them in the sink and not worry about it. And I was like, motherfucker, listen to me, okay? You are stuck in here with me in this bunker with the Cobra Commander. I'm always wearing a mask, all right? That's good. That's one of the good things. I've been wearing a mask since 1980. And he's got this stupid gold face or silver face or whatever it is. I don't like the matter, right? That's all I'm saying is I could go on and on and on about Destro, and I probably will because I'm locked down with him, all right? Not only the fact we play video games, this motherfucker, sometimes I just plug the joystick in, or I pretend to plug it in, and then I play with him. I'm playing Super Mario 2 with him, and he's playing the princess because, of course, Destro's the princess, right? He's using the princess, right? And I don't plug his controller in, so then he thinks he's playing. I do that to him. Next review. Brent and Caitlin should be Creeps of the Week. That's the title. And it's by I love Nancy and Lee. All one word. That's really hard to read, Nancy and Lee. It says, I got steamy as if listening to this week's WATP. Never has one podcast so flawlessly fit together into one another. Vic's roommate seems nice and shows much more skin than Vic does. So there's that. I like my creeps straight from the tap, and this podcast is the pump that makes me weak. But they spelled weak W-E-E-K. I don't think that was the right week. Speaking of weak, I asked Destro, could you make me some Kool-Aid, right? We're stuck in lockdown together. I said, we need something to drink. Make Kool-Aid. This motherfucker, all right? Number one, I told him to go grocery shopping weeks ago, right? He doesn't get Kool-Aid. He gets the shitty knockoff store brand. It's weak as shit. Next review. It says engaging podcast by Arkona. Arkona. I don't, why do these people, they have such hard to read names. Couldn't they be easy like Joe names, like Hawk? Come on. Duke. Those are easy names. Granted, they're Joe names, but motherfuckers. Anyway. The review says, this is a must listen. It draws you in to the point you can't focus on anything else. It is like when you smell something bad at work and can't figure it out. Oh, believe me, I know this one. You obsess with and you can't let go. Then you go home and you still smell it and you realize it was you the whole time. And you have ball stank. Ball stank? Let me tell you about ball stank. Destro. Motherfucker will not shower, right? You know what? God damn it. I hope he's not listening to me right now. Do you think he's listening? Holy shit. Boy, this was not planned well. All right, listen. All right, this is all, I'm reading all of these. These are all done now. So do with it as you will, people who listen to the Creep Off podcast. If you want more Cobra Commander, that's me. All I want you to do is write more reviews so I can read these goddamn things because I'm seriously gonna lose my mind here in coronavirus lockdown, all right? I'm losing my fucking mind, all right? I used to overthrow governments. You know how hard it is to overthrow a government on Zoom? You know how it... All right, look, okay. I will see you guys next week, barring something doesn't happen catastrophically. Or fucking Destro doesn't slit my throat at night. He's wily like that. Anyway, thank you so much. This was the Creep Off review section. If you totally hated it, send a review in and say you hate it. You hate me. You hate everything. You hate Vinnie. You hate Carl, the other guy there. Or just write on the damn, I don't know, subreddit. Is that what it's called? Whatever it's called. All right, I'm out. See ya. Peace, y'all.
This is stupid!